In the last show, I spoke around the bounce not being convincing. There was two big reasons for this. Firstly, there was no volume on the bounce. Secondly, we did not have a convincing weekly candle. And actually, thirdly, we had a uprising wedge. Okay, and I said at any point, I'm getting ready for another pullback. Now, again, I'm looking at a very strong bounce on this next pullback. We are now losing the trend and the market's starting to accelerate its way down. So I want to speak around bounce levels for Bitcoin. I want to speak around where I'm seeing liquidity and what we need to see to have a real bounce. I then want to show you guys where the short liquidities are building up very quickly. As we are seeing this drop, we're seeing a ton of short liquidations build at the top, meaning that once we find supports, it's very likely we're going to see a strong bounce, right, to that area to grab the next liquidity, right? And that for me is something that I'm interested in, because if we buy good levels, you can get into strong profits quickly, okay? But secondly, we're getting to crunch time now. We're getting to a support that separates us from here and $40,000. We need to start seeing some pressure, some buying pressure come into the market. Now, I want to speak about a lot around Bitcoin today and specifically the lows, but then I want to speak around altcoins as well. Dominance is dropping, which means altcoins are strengthening, but looks like a possible higher low on altcoins as well. So I want to speak around a couple of blue chips that I'm also looking at strong bounce zones on the next supports that I really think are possibly good opportunities. I'm Sheldon. Welcome to Sniper Trading. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, so here we go. Here's the warning sign. This is where I said, guys, there's the trend line. There is a possibility of us maybe sweeping the areas of a 66, but this trend is the one that's going to protect us, right? We knew on the high time frames, right, that the bounce was not convincing. This was not a strong reversal candle. This was a bearish candle. And because of the big body and the wick, gave us an insight that we're going to come and fill that wick, right? Maybe even slightly go lower than that wick, okay? And again, we had no volume, right? We had volume, but we never had a buying pressure volume as well. This was clear last week that it was selling pressure, okay? And a lot of this volume here was selling pressure. We never saw a selling and buying type of week. And that's what we want to see this week, right? We want to see price decrease to the downside here, right? Move down, find liquidity, and actually get a buy up, okay? And you want to see this big spike in volume, right? So that we know that it's not just selling pressure. We're actually getting buys at this level, okay? And again, just to show you guys here, look what's happening with liquidity right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you guys is if we look over here, right, look at the liquidity building after this drop now. Now, a few hours ago, we had a bunch of yellow at the bottom, which means there was still a little bit of longs in the market. This current dip is wiping longs out very quickly. And the more I go through any time frames here on the liquidity map, I'm not seeing tons of liquidity longs over here, which means liquidations, right? So I'm not seeing tons of liquidations over here, which means the longs are getting absorbed quickly. And on the other side, the shorts are starting to pile up, right? And we know how that turns out. It means that, hey, there's a fast trap bounce coming at some point. One that's going to be strong. We're going to find some support, some liquidity, rip up, go take the top liquidity. Okay, so the more we kind of zoom out here and we go to the 48-hour, right, you can see this liquidity has always been all been wiped out now. All the liquidity is sitting at 64. And then what's even more interesting is as we start going to the higher time frames, right, we go to the monthly, you can see that there's a ton of liquidity sitting at 67,000. Again, you can even see the liquidity growing now at 80 and 90. These very likely will continue to grow over the next couple of weeks, right? So when the market decides to reset, once we start to find, temporary lows, right, the market's going to want to start hunting liquidity to the upside, okay? But as you can see here, in the mid time frame over here, you can see that all liquidity building up here at 67 to 68,000. Okay, so bringing you now back to the chart over here. So guys, this is my play. Very similar to what I spoke on the last show. Now it's actually starting to play out. Just to remind you guys, I was long and I said if that trend line breaks, I'm getting out. So I got out, right? I got stopped out at 62,000. I'm now out of this position over here and I'm out of these positions, continuing to pass these funded accounts and build up liquidity while the market is in a terrible place. So the play looks like this. I am looking at a drop down and a pin bar candle this week. The pin bar candle is important that we drop down and we finish the candle green, if not actually absorb half this candle. So I won't be surprised if we find a strong support zone that we actually end up pushing all the way up to possibly 66 to 68,000, right? Otherwise, it's just a normal reversal area that I want to see, is I want to see us close above 63,000, right? And I want to see volume. I want to see a nice, strong volume spike incoming. What that looks like on the short time frame, this is the zone of where I'm possibly paying some interest, right? Of where I'm going to actually long some Bitcoin again. I'm looking to long Bitcoin between 57,500 and 58,500. I'm going to set some limit orders like we did over here, where I'm going to set a few limit orders on top, middle, and at the bottom, right? Hopefully I can catch them all. Maybe I'll catch one or two of them. Okay, but this for me is a big zone. Now, the short time frame pattern that I want to see, right, is we do have two short time frame supports incoming. We have these two Fibonacci levels. Let's just draw them up. Here we go. Okay, so at any point now between here and here, we could see a temporary bounce over a few hours where it's something like this, and then we start trickling down to this area, right? Same thing if we come a little bit lower, trickle up, and then trickle down to these areas, right? But the main thing that I want to show you guys here is this is what we want to see on a mid-time frame bounce. We want to see a push down, and we want to see a strong buy up like this. Then again, this is where I see the market playing around and trickling, okay? But this is what I want to see as a strong buy up, right? Is a drop a little bit lower. Now again, why would we go slightly lower? Anyone that longed the market at 59, 56 is putting stop losses over here. Any level that we break between these lows here or below these lows, everyone turns to 40,000. Perfect time to trap the market, right? Once we get here and take that top liquidity, then we're going to speak around the trap if we're going to possibly 40,000 or are we going to break to 70,000, right? These are my current views right now. For me to turn mega bearish and to not think this scenario out is a drop here. And then we basically just start going sideways here. Right? Then that for me kind of turns to a bearish view. So when it comes to the high time frame here, just to remind you and just to show you guys what I'm seeing here. Okay, so right now bears are still holding 64 to 66,000. This is the weekly 618, the big Fibonacci zone that we want to see us hold. And you could see that previously we did not hit the fib, right? The fib is sitting at that early 58,000s. Right, 58,000 to 58,300. That is where we should be seeing a very strong level of support. Anything closing below opens us up to this 40,000 over here. Then again, what we want to see is a bounce up here. Bears are holding control here at 65, 66. Okay, but there's also liquidity forming close to 70,000. So what I do see possibly happening over the next few weeks, just giving you a view, if we bounce here, a push up here, then a trickle, and then possibly going into the August, September, we then start to see some upside. And when we really get bullish again, it's above 80,000. Now, what does this mean for altcoins? Let's jump into alts. Okay, so alts are a little bit more interesting because they're a little bit stronger than Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin dominance is falling. So we spoke around this, that it's a little bit of a Bitcoin catch-up happening right now. The catch-up's happening on Bitcoin, the catch-up's happening on ETH, and the catch-up's happening on Solana. The rest of the alts are holding pretty decent right now. Okay, which means that we are actually having, you know, when the markets go to the upside, we say Bitcoin goes first, Ethereum, major alts, micro alts. When bear markets happen, it happens the other way. Micro alts dump first, have their really big 90% pullback, right? Then we have the major alts that start to pull back, your AVAXs, your Cardanos, your Doges, right? Those pull back a lot. Then you start getting to the point of your Ethereum, right? I like to kind of put Ethereum and Solana in a similar kind of buckets, right? Those are the phases, and then it's Bitcoin. So I think we're in the top phase now, where right now, dominance is dropping and the damage has happened on a lot of the altcoins. So now you have Bitcoin getting cheap, which means Bitcoin becomes a A-grade entry, right? We're nearly 50% down from the tops, guys. I think we're a little bit more than that right now. Right? We're starting to get a good level of Bitcoin to accumulate some Bitcoin, right? As well as Ethereum, sitting here at 1,600, right? The Ethereum dominance continues to drop. Had a small bounce over the last day or two, but we're looking at more downside in Ethereum dominance, right? Solana is showing a weakness, which means for me, if I look at alts now, it's probably a good amount of alts that will make higher lows on this drop. So alts to come down here and then actually bounce, okay? But likeliness of Ethereum dropping lows, right? So Ethereum coming down to these areas here of the late 1,400s, right, to the early 1,500s, this is kind of the area of where I'm seeing strong impact and bounces for Ethereum. Again, anything that sits and hovers here, that for me is bearish views. Okay, but for now, this is the plays that I'm seeing on ETH. On Solana, this is what I'm seeing over here. Right, Sol dropping to the areas of the mid-50s. So between the 56 and I'd say the $60, $61 range, that is where I'm looking to see a strong bounce in within Sol. Right, when you look at things like Injective, right, I'm looking at higher lows here. Right, this could possibly bounce here, maybe a little bit low, but higher lows. Right, I look at things like Zcash, I'm looking at higher low scenarios. Near Protocol, high and low scenarios, right? So for me, these are a lot of tokens I'm paying attention for buys, but what I'm really paying attention to is we have the blue chips of the industry now starting to capitulate and catch up to the rest of the market. When everything is oversold and the whole market is oversold, that is when you can start to look at possible bottoms of bear markets, right? And that is what we got to pay attention to here. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash up the like button, smash up the subscribe button, comment below what altcoins you want to see on the next stream, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye.